How's it going, you guys? AZ Plyo 21 back again with another episode of our UFC save in WMMA 5, and we have UFC Fight Night SILER versus LARAMIE here today. Now, this is our last fight card before UFC 300. Unbelievable card. That is going to be 20 total fights, 10 title fights on this pay-per-view card. It is going to be amazing. Live from Las Vegas. I mean, heavyweight title on the line, strawweight, bantamweight, middleweight, welterweight, lightweight, women's flyweight, super lightweight, featherweight, and flyweight titles are all on the line. It is going to be a great night of fights. That episode is going to be absolutely stacked. I can't wait for that. But we have one more fight card to go. After UFC 300, we have Northcutt versus Makhachev, Oliveira versus Turner, Kasem versus Ho. And then UFC 301, Sandhagen versus Song 2. Corey Sandhagen off of hiatus, and he'll be taking on Yadong Song to unify the Bantamweight Championship. But let's go ahead and take a look at our rankings after last week. Derek Lewis up to number 13 in the rankings. Todd Duffy down to number 21. Nothing at light heavyweight. At middleweight, Paulo Costa is down. Rodolfo Vieira up to number 3. Kelvin Gastelum, as you can see there, his rematch with Darren Till will be at UFC 300. Idris Gezelov also in the rankings at number 21. At welterweights, Kamaru Usman up to the top 10 at number 8. Kamil Ganaydek into the rankings. Super lightweight, nothing going on. Nothing at lightweight. At featherweight, Luis Gomez up to number 11. Yikes, that is a big jump. Andre Fili all the way down to number 25. Nothing at bantamweight. At flyweight, we have Hussein da Silva jumping down to number 8. Ronnie Sadeh all the way up to number 12. He is going to be fighting for the title. He's only 8-0. I shouldn't say only 8-0. He is 8-0, only ranked number 12. He just beat Hussein da Silva. There's really nobody else to fight for the title, so it's going to be Sadeh. I mean, Jose Torres coming off a win over Pantoja and Moraga, but that was practically 2 years ago. He'll probably be fighting Joseph Benavidez in the next month. Moving on, women's featherweight, Cyborg back in there. After she retired, I was able to convince her to come back. She will be fighting once again Amanda Nunes in the near future for the featherweight title. At bantamweight, I should say, Lara Procopio switching spots with Irene Aldana. She is now in the top 10. At flyweight, nothing going on, and nothing going on at strawweight either. So let's go ahead and get right into it. SILER versus LARAMIE, our last fight card before UFC 300, taking place in California. Let's go ahead and get into it. Our prelims, Rafion Supastats taking on Attila Korkmaz. Rafion Stotts, as I'm recording this past weekend, just got a win in Bellator in the featherweight division, and it is Korkmaz actually getting the win, the 19th of his career over Supastats here today. Rui Chen taking on Billy Quarantillo in the featherweight division, and it is Quarantillo getting the win, TKO in round number 1. Fight was ranked as being great. He is now 8-1 in his UFC career, and make that 7 straight wins now for Billy Quarantillo. This guy needs to be ranked, or needs to fight someone who's ranked at the very least. Jonathan Mounier taking on Miguel Baeza in the welterweight division. Baeza, a huge favorite in this one, and he gets the knockout in just 40 seconds of round number 1. Andre Koshkin taking on Shamil Gamzetov in the light heavyweight division. Koshkin a slight favorite, and it is Koshkin who gets the unanimous decision win in the light heavyweight division. Kennedy Nzechukwu taking on Mike Turner in the light heavyweight division. Nzechukwu a small underdog to Turner, and it is Turner who gets the decision victory here today. The Australian heading home with his 17th win of his career. Perry Filkins taking on Romero Cotton in the middleweight division. Filkins looking for the 16th win of his career, and he does not get it. Romero Cotton gets the unanimous decision, the 11th win of his career. Ross Houston kind of looking like MJF taking on Maxim Butorin in the middleweight, I believe, division. No, the welterweight division. 14-2-1. He is the underdog to Maxim Butorin, and it is Butorin who gets the submission victory over Ross Houston here today. He's 4-2 in his UFC career. Mateusz Rebecki taking on Stephen Braveheart Ray. I just saw Stephen Ray lose in PFL recently. Rebecki looking for the 14th win of his career, but he does not get it. Stephen Ray getting the unanimous decision victory, the 29th of his career. Yusuf Raisov taking on Muvlid Kabulayev. In the featherweight division, Raisov, a small favorite to the other Russian, and it is Raisov getting the win via knockout in round number 3 with less than a minute left. The 20th win of his career. He's now 3-3 in his UFC career. Moving right along, Davey Grant taking on Corey Tate in the bantamweight division as this guy waits to load. Dominic Steele, apparently a UFC veteran. Corey Tate in the bantamweight division taking on Davey Grant. Sort of an English affair here, as it is Davey Grant beating Corey Tate here by unanimous decision. Davey Grant now 500 in his UFC career at 7-7. Jan Blachowicz taking on Ion Cutelaba on the first fight on the main card. Jan Blachowicz, 41 years of age, coming off 2 straight losses, unfortunately. On the other side, you have Cutelaba, who has fought for the title recently against John Jones. He lost, beat Vadim Nemkov, and then lost to Kazushi Tsukawaki. And in this one, it is Blachowicz getting the unanimous decision victory. The number 10 light heavyweight getting a big win over Cutelaba, who was number 6. Blachowicz might be making a comeback. He wants to fight Luke Rockhold next. Kai Kara France taking on John Moraga in the flyweight division. Kara France is a slight underdog to Moraga, and it is Moraga getting the submission victory in round number 3. Number 13 flyweight now on 2 straight wins. Yancy Medeiros taking on Alex Reyes in the lightweight division. Medeiros looking for the 20th win of his career, and he gets it via TKO in round number 1. Oh wait, hold on. It's Reyes who gets the 20th win of his career via TKO in round number 1. Sorry about that. Moving along, Edmund Shahbazian taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez in the middleweight division. Shahbazian recently coming back from WEC after he had quite a good time there, only losing to Hidaka, who's very, very good. Taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, 7-3 in his UFC career, coming off a win over Antonio Braga Neto. And it is Edmund Shahbazian. The seasoning in WEC did him well. The 20th win of his career as he takes out Fluffy Hernandez in round number 2. Joey Davis taking on Gilbert Durinho Burns in our co-main event. Joey Davis, minus 700 favorite as the number 24 welterweight in the division. His only loss is to Neil Magny. He takes on Gilbert Durinho Burns, number 13 in the division, coming off 3 straight losses. Needing a big win, and I mean, it is a tough task in Joey Davis, and Joey Davis knocks out Gilbert Durinho Burns in round number 1. Very sorry for Gilbert Burns. Hopefully he can get a win in his next one. But Joey Davis just looking to climb up the rankings once again. And a big knockout. In a weird main event, Steven SILER taking on TJ Laramie. I believe it's mainly because SILER is from California. A little bit more drawing power there. But this is SILER's return to the UFC. After being the PFL champion, he makes his return to the UFC. And he's taking on TJ Laramie, who's 5-1 in the UFC. Very young kid. Definitely has a bright future ahead of him. But again, weird main event. This was the fight that would have drawn the most, apparently, as we are underway with our main event of the evening. Steven SILER and TJ Laramie, the former PFL champion, taking on the young prospect in Laramie. Fighting out of the MMA lab here in Phoenix, apparently, is Steven SILER. Laramie stalking SILER. SILER with a straight right. Can't really go anywhere there. I believe SILER's ranked. And Laramie looking to be ranked. 26 years of age. Laramie on the offensive. Looking to get something going. Not much going on as we are halfway through round number 1. Most recently, all of our main events have been finishes fairly early. But it looks like this one is going to at least go past round number 1. Round 1, comes to a close, and it apparently goes to Laramie as we are underway with round 2. Left hand lands for SILER, fighter of 63 professional bouts. A minute gone in round number 2. Laramie counters with a right hand. Engaging in the center. Counter jab, can't hit. Combo ending it with a head kick. Laramie still pressuring here. More than halfway through round number 2. A lot of action going on, but nothing like significant has happened yet. They're just kind of going after it. You would expect that. Both fighters meeting in the center. Time expires. End of round 2. Back underway. Both fighters stepping into strike. Misses a right hook. Both guys starting to get a touch tired. Laramie scores with a left hook as we are through the halfway point of round number 3. Right high kick. Big strike. Chance to finish. Standing guillotine. Wow. Third round. Laramie stuns Steven SILER and then gets him with a standing guillotine choke in round number 3. And was SILER ranked? He was ranked. I'd imagine Laramie probably will be after this. And he wants to face Guan Wang next. Weird call out for the main event. Commercial rating was only 96, kind of expected considering the weird main event. Nonetheless, drew less than 6,000 fans to California. Let's see what our fight of the night is going to end up being. No real great fights. We'll give it to Butorin and Houston. And then first round finishes Joey Davis, Alex Reyes, Miguel Baeza, and Billy Quarantillo. Probably should make a nice profit. Yep, because we didn't give out very many bonuses. Highest paid fighters on the night are Joey Davis, Alex Reyes, and Maxim Butorin. Ladies and gentlemen, our next episode is going to be UFC 300. 10 title fights on that pay-per-view. Cannot wait for it. It's going to be awesome. Appreciate you guys for watching. Please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you have not already done so. A lot more Out of the Park 23 coming as well pretty soon. But I'm excited. UFC 300. 10 title fights. It's going to be insane. I'll see you at the pay-per-view, guys.